I am Donna Moore, 3 times World's Strongest Woman. I feel that I've got quite good mental strength, really. I spend a lot of time concentrating on what I'm going to be doing and the task in hand. And also I've worked really, really hard for the competitions that I'll be going to. So I want to perform to the best of my ability for everybody else that's had the input into making me the person that stood there on the stage lifting the weight. I visualise what's going to happen to me at the competition, potentially, or how I'd like the event to go, and make it so that it works out that way. Of course, sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want it to, but I think the visualization of the events and their potential outcome is the best tool that I've managed to deal with pressure. I think COVID's been a really testing time for everybody, not being able to do exactly what they want when they want to do it. For me personally, with training, I did manage to set some things up in my garage or outside my garage, and I was fortunate enough to be able to train, but not to the capacity that I wanted. However, still doing something was better than doing nothing at all, and just movement makes you feel better in general. So those were like positive parts of the day. With my work didn't stop. I was a key worker, so it was important for me to be able to have a bit of relaxation time lifting what I was able to. Competition-wise, they were totally off, and a lot of my competitions involved traveling to America, so that was not on the cards for me either. So this will be kind of the first year back going across to America, so I'll be looking forward to that. That's kind of tricky. I think it's a lot of time management, really, and I enjoy my job and I enjoy Strong Woman, so I wanted to kind of merge both of them together. So in order to be able to perform well, I would need to manage time very well. And like people would say that I wouldn't be very organised, but I know where I'm supposed to be, when I'm supposed to be there, and what I'm supposed to be doing. And I just formulate a plan for each day of where I'm going to be. So literally I just have to fit everything in and around working, children, Strong Woman. So it is quite a difficult task at times. So I'm fortunate enough now that my children are older, but when they were younger, they either had to come with me, or I'd have to train when they were at a club or at school or whenever my shifts would allow. So literally it's just when it could be fitted into the best of my ability, really. And my mum did help me out. You know, she looked after them when they were little for me, so I'm very grateful for her support for me to be able to train. So I moved back here to England from Scotland, just so I could be nearer to my family, because I miss my mum and dad, and also it was a benefit to the children as well. So I'm an only child, so it's nice to be with them, really. I think women could try to get into doing strength training by actually visiting a gym. I know it seems really daunting at the time, but a lot of the gyms are really welcoming. Even joining like a class if you weren't wanting to go out onto the gym floor. That's how I started. I didn't know anything about gyms and what to do, so I went to some classes of like aerobics and weightlifting to music and stuff, and then sort of progressed through there. But I think you'll find that most gyms now, people really encourage women to lift weights, so they're welcoming. There will be people there to show you what to do, and I think once you make a start, you'll realise how welcoming it is and all of the benefits that come along with lifting weights, and you'll actually just really enjoy it and keep going and think that you should have maybe done it sooner. Lifting weights improved my mental and physical well-being far beyond anything that I'd ever tried before. I found it empowering, and it was a challenge to see what my body could actually do rather than focusing on what it looked like. And the benefits of lifting weights change your body without you even realising it. Feel much more healthy, fitter, able to do more things. And of course, because you're changing and you're progressing, eventually you want to see more and more of what your body's capable of doing. So I enjoy that aspect of it too, but mainly it's just literally for my well-being. Even if I wasn't competing, I would still have to go to the gym. I would have to go. I think if you go and look a lot on social media, you see what people think that women should look like, and this is what you do look like if you go to the gym. And you know, obviously people with their very lean body fat and things like that, but that's not really how it is in real life for normal people doing a normal job. And I think to try and achieve that body, of course, it's achievable, but it's a very long process and it's actually very difficult. I think especially for women, if you focus on what your body can do, the aesthetic generally would change anyway, but it's a lot less pressure. You're not pressurizing yourself to eat no calories or do excessive amounts of cardio for hours and hours a day when really it's not benefiting you at all, and it actually probably would drain on your mental health. So if you go to the gym to have fun and lift weights and be empowered with your friends or in a class, or even if you like to go by yourself, that sense of achievement is greater. Getting into the strong woman world, there's plenty of strongman gyms around the place. If you go and actually have a look around, go and speak to some people, maybe join in. There's a lot of them that do classes on a Saturday morning where you can just have a go at some of the kit. I think find someone to show you what to do would be a good piece of advice. I see a lot of people doing a lot of things wrong and they could be fairly badly injured. So if you find someone that could help you, point you in the right direction, and I think you would just absolutely love it. Obviously, I'm biased. I suppose initially keeping me motivated is that I've got 2 children. I was a single parent for like all of their life, really. So I wanted to show them that if you work hard, then you can achieve what you want to, whether it be in sport or school or anything. You know, if you set yourself a goal and you work hard, the things like this, they are achievable. Not to say that it's going to happen straight away and there's not going to be ups and downs, because there really, really is. But if you are consistent with a good work ethic, then you can achieve what you want. I'd never thought this would be something that I would do. So for them, I wanted to show them good work ethic and consistency reap the rewards at the end. The other things that keep me motivated are, I like to see the ladies on the internet lifting weights, because it just makes me want to lift even more, to show them what else that can be done. And also, especially if they would tag me and say, oh, I've done this because I've seen you doing it, then that's like the biggest compliment I could ever receive, that somebody wanted to try it because they saw me doing it. And for my personal motivation is because I obviously want to enter competitions and do well, so that's my own personal goal at the end of it. Well, with Arnold Schwarzenegger and his rules for life, you know, it can be, if you watch it, it's quite all emotional, but it's like, don't listen to the naysayers and those who say it can't be done. And that's like something that really resonated, you know, with me. Well, no, you can't. Well, why? Why can't I? Watch me.